You're such an asshole.
Hello, children. Well, it's not the children. This is not for the children. This is for the adults who are going to send their children to colleges and universities. I love that concept. You're going to send your children to colleges and universities. Well, then they're not adults now, are they, if you are sending your children to a university? But that's an aside. So I listened to this show called Garage Logic, and the host of the show, his name is Joe Souchere, arguably the greatest journalist that is alive today. You can look into his background. And not because of what he writes, but he's the triple threat. He writes, he does radio, and then thank God he doesn't act, because he is one ugly dude. Writes in radio, doesn't have a YouTube show. What the heck? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So a stint he does, not a stint, or a segment he does, is the Failed Academy. How universities and colleges are failing their students, failing America, and have just become rank institutions of leftist indoctrination. And he complains and he complains. Now, many years ago, 2011 even, the old Cappy tried to put Cappy of Worthless in this old man's book because he has a longer reach and a longer voice. And the book was a very cogent, polite book, but timely, ahead of its time apparently, because it warned young kids about majoring in worthless degrees. Now, what has happened for the past decade and change has been complaining, like all people on the right do, is you have therapy sessions, either with talk radio and Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, your local talk radio show host, your podcast. Everybody just complains, nobody actually does. But now, just about shit bricks, Joe Souchere actually had the gall to say that these are failed institutions and you shouldn't be sending your kids there. Because I know this is what happens. And this is also why I very much give up on Western civilization, is people on the right, or simply not the left, may complain and be right, and complain and be right, complain and be right, but none of you are take action. None of you have the work ethic inside of you or the desire to go without. Now, I'm not talking like let's go to the streets or be it. I'm not talking about that. I look at simply one thing, and that is boycotts. If you can't not shop, Starbucks shouldn't exist. It shouldn't exist. Apple, my goodness, the number of non-leftist friends, I hate to even say conservative, I know some rank conservatives, I look at the app like, what are you doing with an Apple product? What are you doing? If you can't give up your cup of coffee, or go, of which there's plenty of substitutes, by the way. You don't need Starbucks. There are plenty of other coffee stores out there. You certainly don't need an iPhone. Those things are inferior mechanical pieces of junk. You can get a Samsung or an LG. If you can't do that, then the future of America and all your complaining and all this time and effort you spend listening and posting things on Facebook, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When you yourself can't even, you conservatives, you Republicans, you libertarians, you people who, oh my God, could you go to Hollywood movies, you like, well, you know, I don't like the actor, but what am I supposed to, not see a movie? Yeah, don't see the movie. Or go borrow it, get on that, do something cheaper. So I was shocked, because this is the first time in over 10 years I heard anybody, aside from myself, say, okay, of a public figure, of a mainstream public figure, tell parents, tell conservatives, a tangible action that might indicate this might be the snowflake that causes the avalanche. I don't think it's going to happen, because if anything, the past 20 years has taught me that you conservatives and Republicans, libertarians, and other consorted non-leftists, you're just too damn lazy to actually do anything. But now, I can understand a movie ticket costs $8, Starbucks costs $5, iPhone, that's a little bit more expensive, because your precious little city, daddy's little suburbanite princess, she just can't go without her iPhone 17. So you'll fork over $700 for that piece of junk. But maybe with the price tags, especially of some of these private schools, running around $100, $150, in some cases $200,000, And you go to St. Kate's, another article that actually convinced Joe Souchere to make a mention of that. I was just like, whoa, maybe this is going to happen. where they canceled the presentation because it was all white women, or not all white women, but a majority of them were white women, and they, we're a school of excellence, that's why we got rid of all those people. Now we need more people of color. It's like, wait a minute, isn't that racist? Now some of you are starting, and here's the other thing, and yes, Rookie, if you happen to see, he's got a co-host called Rookie. Well, guess where Rookie sends his kid? He sends his kid. Like, that's a color you send your kid. He sends his kid to St. Kate's. Oh, but you know, she gets picked on and harassed all the time. You know, boy, tell me about it. I know, I go, how about, crazy idea, garage logicians. That's an inside joke. But America's non-left, all you know, table pounders. How about we just start with not sending your kids to leftist institutions, to leftist colleges? And I know they're all leftist, but how about you send them off to a community college? How about you send them off to Western Governors University, Arizona State University Online? How about you find accredited venues, of which there are, and there's increasing numbers of them, where you just go to get your education. You could go to trade school, right? You could go, and then maybe you finish off 2 years at the ranked leftist university. How about you do that? And here's another one. Parents, what's this concept of you sending your kids off to school and college? What? It's in part maybe it's because I had my college not paid for. I had nothing paid for. And I learned to be an adult that didn't move back at home at 32 and sat on my parents' insurance until 26, and yet still claimed to be an independent-minded adult with critical thinking skills. Why are you paying your kids' way through college? You do understand that's what's causing the bubble right now. You do understand that's why you're paying. You got government loans flooding the market. You have what modicum of money your children saved and worked up, throwing into it. You got scholarships, and then you have your money. You're signing away on their loans. Again, I'll tell you the story. I got clients now. They're a little bit older than the average parent of a college student. But they finally have been paying off their children's student loans into their late 50s, early 60s. Now, serious, time to get serious about retirement. Do you guys do math? Again, maybe we'll zing on the garage logicians, because I can't hope to get the right, but are garage logicians capable of logic, let alone basic math? You're out there. You co-signed the loans and then paid off your students' education, and these are not degrees at MIT in electrical engineering. The hokum bogus BS degrees I've heard people get. Creative writing, that one came up a lot more. And we're not talking bachelor's, we're talking master's degrees. People getting doctorates in anthropology, doctorates in English. Well, see, nothing's too good for my little princess. Apparently not, because you're not going to have retirement, and you are financially fucked. Fucked! Like, beyond recovery. You are going to work till you are dead. You will not retire. So I think bemused is the word, not amused. I think bemused, I could be wrong. I'm bemused by all you table pounders who claim to be conservative. Oh my God, look at what's happened to academia, and Joe Souchere being the epitomizing all this. But at least Joe Souchere has now made it past the fold where, hey, you know what? You shouldn't send your kids there. And he even said Mickey Mouse degrees, even though he has a degree in journalism, but he's very old, and back in the day, any degree was a good degree. But are you guys actually going to grow a pair? Because this could stop. This could stop. Look, we're finishing up one academic year. We got summer. This could stop next year. You really want to stick it to the left. You want to throw a torpedo into their sides. You simply don't send your kids there, because I'm going beyond the concept that maybe you should have your kid be an independent, self-reliant adult and pay their own damn way through college. That's beyond. Let's talk modern-day millennials and Gen Zers, all right? Nothing's too good for our children. All right? How about you not send your kids to these leftist indoctrination camps? How about you say, no, little Susie, I'm not paying for you to go to that left, and you show them. And then here's another way you could fight the left. You make sure your kids major in engineering. Here, look, I'll find it. I don't know. Did I leave it at home? I left it at home. I don't have it here. Nope, I don't have it here. Give them the book Worthless. The Young Person's Indispensable Guide to Choosing the Right Major. And then read through that book. It's not that hard. Short book, yay big, get it online, Kindle, cheap. I think Audible, which is probably the most expensive, is maybe $15. Otherwise, I think it's like $7 for Kindle. It's something dirt cheap. You spend $7 to prevent your kid $150,000 of her and the taxpayers' money, major some worthless slop, and they're not going to come back home. Kid goes off to become an engineer. They go into the military, and they get a career in the military, and they become a tradesman. Have a chat, and then as you deprive the academic left of bodies and tuition money, these frauds will have to go find real jobs. They won't be able to, go get more government grant money that you're going to pay for so they could study their hoo-ha or the relationship of their hoo-ha to the rest of the world, because that's a women studies professors basically always do. That's all they do. And then here's another thing. I don't know if you noticed this. Young people are dumb and they vote Democrat. Well, the reason why is they're indoctrinated. Well, now you're sending torpedoes into the sides of the Democrat factory where they make little brand new Democrats. This is not hard. You want to fight back? You want to do something to stop the left? How about this? Let's start here at the most basic, high return on investment decision you can make. And that is, don't send your kids to leftist colleges. And if you do, you send them to community college. You send them, you go online. There are options. There are. But let's start there, okay? Then maybe, not that I'm the only one that needs convincing, but if we can do that, then, well, okay, maybe there's a shot for the future of the United States. But if you, quote, non-left Republican, if you can't even prevent sending your own flesh and blood to a leftist indoctrination camp and your money, then screw you. There is no future in the United States. You might as well enjoy the decline because you guys just are too damn lazy to do the most basic and economic of things and not piss away your family's money on worthless educations at worthless colleges. All right, that's it. Like I said, I'm Shock Joe Souchere. God almighty, it takes that long for a guy that brave to make this statement. You got, what Trump gonna save us now? Why are things so bad? In the meantime, you kids enjoy the decline. Look up The Phrase. I think that book is probably a little bit more appropriate because I don't think you guys can save the United States. Tina has to go to the university. All right, we'll see you guys later. Toodles.